floor because we could not get the proper answer on the record. So I submit to this, Mr. Chair, and I request that we consider the bill that is pending for that. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you very much,
Mr. Chair. Gutierrez. Very good, Mr.
The
Chair.
Honorable Mark Wilkie.
Attorney Mark, Mr. Chair, all the questions of the good Congressman Gutierrez it's already answered, Mr. Chair, in our position paper. Can I explain in details, Mr. Chair, by reading our position paper?
Attorney Mark, since you stated earlier that that is just a summary of all previous statements that you have made, which is still before the already the committee, then we have that already on record. So I don't think you still need more time to express what in the previous statement. Let's be rest assured that as far as Honorable Gutierrez is concerned, it has been remained unanswered and he's still in the state of confusion as far as your answers are concerned. Thank you very much. Any other member? The Honorable Ancho, sorry.
Mr. Chair, I'm just wondering, hindi ka na surprise. Kasi Pastor Acobo was appointed by Pastor Pigola as trustee. Executive pastor. Hindi mo ba nakapagtataka, he cannot express himself in English, in Tagalog. Pero siya po yung
So any other question? Okay, so are there any other questions for or against this measure? The Honorable Francis
Mr. Chair,
Castro.
yung tukulan po sa SMNI, no? So, iba po yung sa KOJC, no? Yung mga trustee doon. And of course, with the SMNI. So, gusto ko lang itanong, Mr. Chair, dahil yung stockholder na KOJC, tama ba? Stockholder ang KOJC sa SMNI. And KOJC, Mr. Chair, is a church, di ba? So, church siya. So, tanong ko lang, Mr. Chair, kung nagbabayad po ba ang SMNI ng tax since ang majority stockholder ay church. So, paano po ba yan? Siguro sa BIR, Mr. Chair, so siguro mas masasagot po yung Attorney Tolentino kung paano ba yung gano'n na merong component ng church as a stockholder ng SMNI, and then yung SMNI ay in a commercial business, di ba? O sa business siya ng broadcasting.
Mr. Chair, it is not the Kingdom of Jesus Christ who is the stockholder of Source of Media Corporation, but it is the executive pastor of the Kingdom of Jesus Christ, the name above every name. So, under the latest 2022 JS, Mr. Chair, and also 2023, with respect to the taxes, we complied all the BIR regulations, payment, and we can present that to this honorable body, our income tax return of Source of Media Corporation, Mr. Chair. And it is open book. You can ask the BIR whether or not we complied all the tax requirement, Mr. Chair.
Okay, Mr. Chair, so ano rin po ba yung yung executive pastor as stockholder doon sa SMNI, Mr. Chair, yung benefits niya from that? So paano po ba yun as a major stockholder po doon sa
Mr. Chair, if I
executive pastor? Mr. Chair.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, if I may, with due courtesy to the Honorable Francis Castro, just a quick interjection, Mr. Chair, if I may. Because SMNI is the business name, but the corporate name is actually Suarez. So maybe for reference, because it's on the record, the Honorable Castro will be amenable. All her reference to Sunshine Media Network International earlier, we changed to Suarez Media Network International.
Okay, so yeah,
Your Honor,
Ma'am Lorraine.
can I answer for the question of Honorable Castro?
Si Kaya Eric, tsaka si Ma'am Lorraine.
KOJC, aside
Ganda ng suot ni Ma'am
from
Lorraine.
being a stockholder of Suarez Group, KOJC is also a block timer. So, we broadcast spiritual programs through Suarez Group. And in case there will be income, dividends may be declared and may be distributed to QJC as a stockholder.
Ay, Sir
But
Dave,
as
meron
of,
akong nalaman
record,
kanina.
There are no dividends declared since
Tungkol sa 8
based
Bulaga,
on the,
kukwento ko mamaya.
Decision of the Board of SOAS. So, Mr. Chair, denied ko lang so, ibig sabihin, so walang kinikita dito yung KOJC, yung sa SMNI.
As of the moment, Your Honor, KOJC has not received dividends from Suaraso.
Thank you very much, Honorable Franz Castro.
Wala
Any
pa
other
nakita.
question by any other member? If there's none, other question, Honorable John Pimentel.
Mr. Chair, this is already the 5th hearing that we have conducted. And 6? Yeah, okay. So, 6 na hearing ang ginawa natin dito. We have already heard all sides pertaining to the subject matter. We have discussed thoroughly all the pertinent provisions of Republic Act 11.22. We exhausted already all arguments that needed to be discussed. And Mr. Chair, of the 6 hearings that we have conducted, this committee, I believe, was able to establish violations of Suaraso to their franchise. And may I repeat what has been stated by the author, Secretary Gutierrez. First and foremost, we have seen or we have established that they were in violation of Section 4, responsibility to the public, which we have already thoroughly discussed, which I will not discuss anymore. Section 10, the sale, lease, transfer, grant of use of right or assignment of franchise. We were able to establish that there was a exchange of ownership from Kingdom of Jesus Christ. In 2020, they reported in the PIS that KOBC owned 95% of Suaraso. However, in 2022, as per the GIS, the shares of KOJC was diluted to 46% and it was transferred to Pibos Global Holdings, I believe. So clearly, there was a transfer of ownership, and under Section 10, they should report this to Congress and, or rather, ask permission from Congress. And once the transfer is consummated, they should report it to Congress within 60 days, which they did not do. Now, under Section 11, we have also established that they were also in violation of this pertinent provision, dispersal of ownership. It is very clear that in the life of their franchise, they should offer to Filipino citizens at least 30% of its outstanding stock. However, for the past 29 years on which they have been operating, not a single stock has been offered to Filipino citizens. And lastly, Section 12, which is the reportorial requirement. So, Mr. Chair, klaro-klaro, although of course,
Ako, yung pala yung mga
the
violations.
legal counsels of Suaraso will oppose our findings. They have their own interpretation also of the law. But I believe that this committee has found sufficient grounds to revoke their franchise. On this note, Mr. Chair, this representation would like to move for the approval of House Bill number 9710, an act revoking the legislative franchise granted to Suaraso Media Corporation. So move, Mr. Chair.
Ito na.
There's a motion for approval
Ito na.
of House Bill 9710. Any second?
Second motion, Mr.
Duly
Chair.
seconded by Honorable Pancho. Any objections? The chair in objections, House Bill number 9710 is approved as with no amendments. May I suspend the hearing to direct the committee secretary to prepare the committee report. Session suspended.
Yun guys, suspended. Ayun na. Ano nangyari? Ano po, na-revoke na ba yun? Ano ba yun? Ito na sila oh. Ano rin? Yan, ito sila. Miss Lorraine, Jason sa Ma'am, ano po nangyari pag ano? Approve? So mare-revoke na o hindi pa? Paglabas ng committee report, pag sinabing revoke na. So doon pa lang po pwede nang ma-revoke.
Pero may finalization po. Depende po sa motion pa mamaya.
So meron pang motion mamaya?
Hindi po natin masasabi sa akin. Wala pa po yung committee report. Hintayin po natin.
Sige po. Sorry po, hindi ko po ano.
Mga manifestation pa po yan mamaya.
May manifestation mamaya. So posibleng mamaya, pag na-approvean, revoke na ba yung mamaya?
Hindi po natin masabi kasi yung mga lawyer po.
Sige po. Thank you po. Ay, ang bilis pala. Akala ko yun na.
Session resumes.
I will present the draft committee report on
Ito na.
House Bill 9710. So again, on this note, Mr. Chair, I move for the approval of the committee report. So move, Mr. Chair.
There's a motion duly seconded. The chair objection committee report is. There's a second. Second by the Honorable Pancho.
Second ulit.
Second by the Honorable Ferrer and the Honorable Aquino. The Honorable Manuel. The chair objections, committee report is adopted.
Mr. Chair,
I think the Honorable continues.
hopefully, Chair, sana before you will make any voting to the Chair, I'd like to request a time or a chance to explain our side to the Chair. And before you consider your voting,
So baka de-delay.
all the members to just read our position paper, Mr. Chair. And consider.
So subukan nilang i-delay.
Because in pursuant to the due process laws, Mr. Chair, give us chance to explain and consider also our position paper before making any voting, Mr. Chair.
Well, thank you, the Honorable Martino. The vote is already.
Ito na guys.
I know, Mr. Chair, that's why it's
The vote has
useless for
already
me.
been casted. There's approval. And we take note of your request, but I just like to inform you, because of you submitted your position paper 30 minutes before this hearing.
That's why, Mr.
We
Chair.
had no time to distribute all of that to all the members. So after this hearing, we will be giving all members a copy of the position paper that you wrote, which is basically a summary of everything that you said in the previous hearings as you manifested earlier. Kaya wala kayo bro sabing lahat yan sa akin.
Ito na.
Our position paper will become useless if you have you admit, Mr. Chair, that you have no more time to study and make a voting. That's why I'm asking, before you vote, Mr. Chair, at least
Boboto na.
1 week, Mr. Chair, to give all the members a chance to read our position paper.
Attorney,
Mr. Chair,
Attorney,
Ito na, tensyonado na.
you know we gave you 3 weeks to prepare the position paper, Attorney. You submitted 30 minutes before this hearing started. I mean, let's be also fair, because there's no way for us to be able to distribute and for all members to study that. First of all, your position paper also is basically things that you already said in the past. So we've taken note of that.
Our request, Mr. Chair, is based on the due process clause of the Philippine Constitution, and we believe the franchise of SMNI is still protected by the due process clause of the Philippine
Definitely,
Constitution.
that's why that is the very reason why we had 6 months of hearing, 6 hearings. We said 5. He corrected us earlier. He said it was 6 hearings, not only 5 hearings. Thank you for the
Pagbobotohan na.
correction. And I think that is already very clear as far as our wanting to give this process to observe due process in this particular hearing. Palagay ko naman po, November pa po natin kayo usapan, Marso na po ngayon, ang dami na po natin pagkakataon, isang po lahat yan. And it is sad to know that you submitted this document to us 30 minutes before
Drama na, guys.
this hearing, which we find truly unfair.
We submit the sound discretion of this honorable committee, but we still stand with our position, Mr. Chair.
Your stand is requested, and your stand is noted, and we request that the COMSEC be directed to submit distribute all those documents which were submitted 30 minutes today, 30 minutes before this hearing. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, very short.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. Yeah, Mr. Chair.
Honorable Janet Karim.
Yeah. Mr. Chair, for the information of the Attorney Mark Tolentino, I believe with the permission of the chair and the August body, the position report, the position paper can actually be submitted to all members of Congress. Anyway, after the committee report, this will still be tackled in the plenary. And for that reason, Mr. Chair, I believe there is still ample time for all members of Congress to review the position paper as submitted by the
Plenary pala.
Council of SMNI. So with that, Mr. Chair, I believe it will be fair for everybody to pursue the line of discussion with Honorable Chairman, Mr. President.
Thank you very much, the Honorable Karim. So again, I direct the committee secretary to please and furnish all members of this committee, and of course our House Secretary and copy of the position paper for distribution to all members. Maybe a hard copy of some copy should be given. Thank you. The Honorable Attorney Tomasio.
Mr. Chair, thank you again for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Chair, very briefly, while recognizing the powers of this committee to hold a person in contempt, may I make a final appeal, Mr. Chair, to defer the implementation of the contempt order until after I have advised my client. That is a very humble request from this representation. Just a few days, and maybe we can submit something to clarify our position, and then it will still the pleasure of the body to continue and then we will abide by just deferment, not a revocation of the order of contempt. Just a few days, if this committee can find it in its arms.
Honorable Pagwan.
And what do we expect in that we all 5 days? What do you expect?
I will, as I intimated to this honorable body, because I will apply to it, I'm under oath, I will receive my client tomorrow and I will try to advise him with respect to the order, Your Honor. I will give it my best good faith effort, and I see it's not only under my oath before this committee, but under my oath as a lawyer and as a member of the Philippine Bar. Thank you, Your Honor.
So the day after tomorrow, we will expect you and also we will present
I
Congress.
will advise him.
But what I'm saying is that will be if you ask me about consideration, that will be the requirements for us to declare.
Well, of course, I cannot, with respect to that, I cannot speak for the good pastor, but Your Honor, I will be seeing him and I will be advising him accordingly, Your Honors.
Attorney Tomasio, let's make this clear. What you're asking is for deferment of the action.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so we will 5 days. So
Yes,
from
sir.
5 days from now, if we do not hear from you, then we can now implement
Yes, Your Honor. Whatever the result is, out of courtesy to the chairman,
Yes.
I will seek an audience with the honorable chairman to report to him.
Okay.
As a matter of courtesy.
So there's no, yes, thank you very much. Anyway, so there's no withdrawal, no deferment. All we're asking, the implementation. So kung pwede, you wait for 5 days, we hear from you. I think that's the request, huh? I think that's be clear as
Yes, Your Honor. Very clear in this presentation.
Yes.
So, Mr. Chair, I think you noted on March 18, that is Monday.
Yes. Yes.
March 18.
The March 18 will be the final. So we have it here before, on or before March 18. Honorable Minister.
This is only a protocol for all of us. Although it's hypothetical, however, Attorney Topacio might be asking for a furlough, for a 5-day furlough, but we know very well that Pastor Kubuloy at this point in time is already a flight risk. So baka naman humingi ni Pastor Kubuloy to give time so that, Attorney Topacio, humingi ng palugit para makaalis na si Pastor Kubuloy out of the country. Hindi naman
Ay.
It would be a dangerous precedent on our part. Yun lang, Mr. Chair. I think dapat pag-isipan natin to our colleagues, if you give 5 days, it can easily, we know that Pastor Kubuloy has a fleet of planes. Anytime, pwede siyang umalis. Unless, of course, that we issue or we request a whole department order from immigration, considering that we have already issued a contempt order, and there is already a request for search warrant, or rather
Arrest warrant.
for the sergeant of arms, and then there is a pending against subpoena or contempt from the Senate. So dalawang chamber ito, hindi po natin maalis sa Atty. Topacio that at this point in time, si Pastor Kubuloy, nag-iisip na rin niya na tatakas. Hindi na nga nagpapikita. Bring sa social media, issue statement, incognito. So, yun lang po dapat pag-isipan po natin, Mr. Chair.
Secretary Topacio, bukas naman po hearing natin. Pwede po ba after the hearing tomorrow, can we hear from you?
Nasa Davao po, I'll be back on Thursday, Your Honor.
Yeah, but
Mr. Chair,
I get what, Your Honor?
he can call us when? On Thursday.
The day after tomorrow. Yes, Your Honor.
Tomorrow today is Tuesday. You meet with him Wednesday. Thursday, you can.
Mr. Chair,
The latest Friday, Your Honor. I'm sorry.
yes, Atty. Topacio said earlier that we will be meeting with Pastor Kubuloy tomorrow. So why will we give him 5 days? Siguro na kami until tomorrow.
Okay, we'll give you up to Thursday.
Your Honor, with respect to the apprehension that we will be taking, there's already a lookout bulletin, Your Honor, issued, directed from the DOJ to the immigration.
Okay, that's why.
Meron na palang ano,
And maybe we can also say
lookout order.
that if he wanted to really leave, he would have left for.
Yes, actually, Your Honor, I was about to say that, Your Honor. Your Honor, could you give me at least until Friday?
Okay, we will give you the deadline. With the permission of the movement and those that have seconded, do you have any objections to leaving him up to Friday? If there are none, then therefore your request is granted that the implementation will commence after Friday. On Friday.
I will personally call on the Honorable Chairman to report.
Yes, and if you wish to write the committee a letter to it, you may feel free to do so.
Thank you, Your
And if you
Honor.
can do it earlier than Friday, it will be much appreciated.
Yes, not later than Friday.
Yes.
Be earlier, Your Honor.
Yes, thank you very much.
We appreciate the gesture of the change.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay, so that is clear that the contempt charges have stayed, but we will give them 3 days after this one-on-one meeting with Pastor Kubuloy in Davao.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Mr. Chairman, I move to adjourn.
There's a motion to adjourn to the second and the chair objection. This session.
Of course,
Karni. So guys, yun na muna tayo. Thank you very much po.